everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex Stock Predictions. Hope you are all having a great weekend. I'm the Vortex Trader, and it is time for our weekly trading breakdown. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, guys, so on Monday, the 12th of September, we were looking at the Dow Jones. All right, we were on the 4-hour chart. And we were looking at this, exactly this, right? We saw this yellow line of resistance, and what I'm going to do is just rewind time so you can see where we were on the 12th of September to show you what we were possibly looking for. Now remember, it was the weekend, right? So when the markets were going to open on that Monday, we were looking at a possible break above this yellow neckline, right? If we saw that, we would have wanted a retrace back into this yellow neckline, right? Because we had this potential wonky looking double bottom, but we had the divergence on the histogram below. So let me show you that. We had the histogram sloping upwards, right? Yet we had lower lows pointing downwards. Therefore, we had divergence, right? This would have been the neckline of the wonky double bottom. All right, let me put on the Bollinger Bands. This was something to give us some further confluence. We wanted to see price jump above the neckline because the neckline coincided nicely with the middle Bollinger Band, and we wanted to see that retrace. Okay, alas, let's see what happened. Right, pushing play. There we go. Pausing. There is our break above the yellow neckline. However, we did not get our retrace, which means we had no entry, right? Perhaps on a smaller time frame, if you guys were scalping, you would have seen a nice entry to take us up to the top of the Bollinger Band, which coincided beautifully where our target was going to be. However, we did not get our retrace, therefore there was no entry taken. Let's carry on pushing play. Look at that gap down. Right, and this is where we sit currently a week later. So we can see how price jumped from the 32,413 price point all the way down to below this yellow neckline. There was a massive gap here. So we saw no retrace last week, which took us up to the top of the Bollinger Band, right? And once we pierced the top of the Bollinger Band, price just carried on falling south all the way down. And here we sit again at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So no biggie, no entry, no big deal, right? We can delete all this. And on Monday, we can have a nice fresh chart to do some analyzing on. Right, let's delete this arrow. Come on, there we go. All right, so that was Mondays, right? On Wednesday, the 14th of September, we were looking at Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame. Let's jump in, right? Here we are on the 4-hour time frame. Now, what I was suggesting was that price came up, it hit this order block zone on the daily beautifully, and then came down. So whoever caught that daily order block short, it was a beautiful short, right? Price came up, pierced it absolutely beautifully before coming back down and putting us back within this trading range. Now this pink zone up above and this pink zone down below represent support and resistance, right? We can clearly see that. Support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, support, support. Broke through the resistance, not for long, sniped the order block up above on the daily, which coincided beautifully with this giant daily descending trend line. Let's quickly jump into the daily time frame so I can show you guys, for those that did not manage to see the video. However, the video has been linked above. There we go. There's the snipe, right? Sniped right up into the order block zone, the yellow zone, touched the descending trend line perfectly before coming back down, and we are still sitting in this ranging motion on the daily as well as the 4-hour. And my bias for this was purely ranging. We had nothing suggesting that price was going to be moving either way, north or south, right? Currently we are just sitting. We are bouncing between these support zones and resistance zones, and right now I still cannot say one should never say with certainty what they think the markets are going to do. However, for me personally, I see no setup currently because we are still ranging. The Bollinger Bands are squeezing, and generally, when the Bollinger Bands squeeze together, that should eventually result in some sort of breakout, either to the upside or to the downside. But because on the daily we are still bearish, price is still heading lower, it is possible that we could see lower prices for the euro, right? I mean, this is clearly a bearish chart. We have seen no signs of reversals just yet. What would be nice to see is this trend line taken out on the daily, right? We want to see this trend line taken out, which coincides nicely with this line of resistance, which is the bottom of the order block zone. If we could flip that to support, bouncing off of the trend line again, making higher highs, we could then say, haha, maybe we have finally reversed. But on the daily and on the 4-hourly, there is no signs of bullish life just yet. Now, if you are scalping on the smaller time frames, this could be a completely different story, right? This could be a completely different story. You could see this candle right here that happened on the 16th of September. This massive bullish candle. That is completely a bull trend, especially if you're scalping perhaps on the 1 minute or the 2 minute or the 5 minute chart. You would have seen a range of higher highs, maybe tiny pullbacks and carrying on higher highs, right? And you could have jumped in with some buy stop orders above those strong bullish candles, right? And you would have gotten filled and made some money. However, on this time frame, right, on the giant 4-hour swinging time frame, guys, look at it. It looks completely neutral. We are just bouncing between support and resistance, right? We're bouncing. There's nothing going on. We're just ranging. We are ranging. So let's see what happens tomorrow when the markets open for this pair. And let's see if we get any setups. All right. And on that note, it was an easy week, smooth sailing. Let's continue to do our analysis every day. Remember to backtest, backtest, backtest. If you have certain strategies in mind, backtest, backtest, backtest. That's the best advice that I can give to you. All right, guys. So on that note, let's wrap up today's weekly trading breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. If you find value in these videos, please would you go ahead, hit that like button, give us a subscribe, hit that little notification bell. And as always, I will be seeing you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.